What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build using the new Dream Home Decorator game pack. If we can call it a game pack. I'm sorry, I'm just being shady like everyone else is being about this pack, but I am continuing to love it. At this point, I have still not played with any of the gameplay, but build the build buy objects are pretty, I'd say, perfect. So today we are building in the world of Evergreen Harbor. On the in the world of Evergreen Harbor. I don't know the original name of this lot because I've since renamed it. So if you're looking at the modern suburban name at the top left hand side of the screen, that's not the original lot name. But it is in Evergreen Harbor. It's in the Grimm's Quarry neighborhood. I just struggle with saying the word quarry because it's quarry because it's so close to my name, which is Corey. If you didn't know that, Coco is just a nickname. Um, Fun fact: I didn't start being called Coco until college. So no one, like, that's not a family nickname. It just came later with my friend group in college. So yeah. But anyway, so you just see me placing the windows around. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm naming this Boho Dream House or something along those lines. So the style of the interior is going to be very bohemian. The style of the exterior is kind of, I didn't put any like wind turbines or solar panels or anything. Now that I think about it, I probably should have because it just would have been fitting because I mean, we are in Evergreen Harbor. But this house, even without all of that, still gives me the eco kind of vibe. Um, I am building from reference, so if I remember, I will pop the reference photo up here. And even in the reference photo, you can see I'm using this like shipping container wallpaper. So even the house I was building, like I was, even the house that I was copying had like the shipping container um, kind of texture on it. I'm not sure if it was made from a shipping container in real life or not. Actually, it wasn't a real life house. I got the floor plan from that architectural designs website that I'm always mentioning. And with that website, I don't know if I've said this before, but with that website, you can purchase floor plans and then have a contractor or whatever they're called actually build you that house. So like if you're thinking about building your own house like from scratch, it would cost you a lot of money to hire an architect to design it and come up with the plans, the blueprints and the floor plan and all of that. Like that's really expensive. But with this website, you can like buy the plans for, I've seen them run for like $1,500, which is still a lot of money, but less than what you would pay an actual contractor to do it. So you could just go to this website. I don't know if any of you are looking to buy a house, but you could go to this website, purchase, the plans, and then have, someone build it. And you would just be paying for, the build out. But anyway, you're not here on real estate advice. You're here to watch a speed build. So, yeah, we're just working on the landscaping right now. The shell of the build is pretty much done. Ignore what I'm doing right here because I do end up getting rid of this and just putting a hedge there. Um, if you're wondering what I did with the garage, I'm not sure if I did it on or off camera, but I put the Eco Lifestyle medium-sized sliding door there. No, that one, no, it's from Snowy Escape. And since I rose the house, not rose, okay, that's bad English. Since I put the house on a foundation, the door went up with the walls. So in order to put the door on the ground level, I pushed the wall back and then scooted the door as close to where the wall originally was as possible, and then I put the wall back. Hopefully that makes sense. With this being a speed build, I can't really show you. You would have to go back, and that's if I even recorded it. I'm not sure if I did or not. I may have done it off camera so I could figure out how to do it. Also, I apologize if it's really sped up and if you get dizzy. at certain moments. It's been a while. Like, this is only my second, well, technically it's my fourth build that I've done recently, but two of those got lost. If you watch, my recent videos, I said that I lost two builds, and I'm still kind of salty about it. But my point in saying that is I'm getting back in the groove of doing speed builds and not moving the camera around so much. So I'm sorry if I do that here. I sped this up not 800 times, I believe, just so it wasn't a 30 or so minute video, because it took me quite some time to build it. It only took 2 days if you count some of yesterday and some of today. So it didn't really take that long as far as like how many days it took, but I would get to certain rooms of the house and it would just feel like I was taking forever. But so sorry if you get dizzy or anything. But as you can see, we are into the kitchen. So I'm using the same kitchen I used in my last build. It's just this kitchen, these cabinets or cabinets and counters are my favorite that came in the new pack. They just look a little bit more, I don't know. They look a little bit more realistic. Not that the other ones don't. It's just the other ones are like super duper like ultra modern, and that's just not the vibe that I was going for with this house, seeing that it was going to have a very bohemian style interior. So I don't remember the like textbook definition of boho, but I think of like very colorful, very bright, a lot of plants, a lot of light wood tones. It doesn't have to be light wood. It could be dark wood or just a mixture of wood tones altogether. But just very colorful, very bright, a lot of plants, that kind of vibe. Think of like hippie or like 70s almost even. Not really 70s. Yeah, when were hippies a big thing? In the 70s? Yeah. So I think of like hippies, stuff like that. Hopefully hippies isn't what's the word, a derogatory term nowadays. I don't know. I don't know. So sorry if that offends anybody, but anyway, back to the build. So I'm making kind of like a gallery wall here above the couch, with the new sectional couches that I'm still loving. Yeah, and I'm using this tiny living TV set, which works out really perfectly. I end up, ignore what I'm doing now, because I end up deleting one of those windows and just putting it up against the wall, as you can see. But the wood tones in tiny living go with this pack absolutely perfectly. I actually saw, I think it was Evelyn. She's an EA Game Changer. Go check out her channel if you want. I like her builds. She made a tweet today that said Dream Home Decorator plus Tiny Living plus Eco Lifestyle, and then she put like a bunch of like emojis, like the fire emojis and all of that stuff, like the celebratory emojis and stuff like that. I assume saying that like those three packs go really well together, and I can attest to that. Like the Tiny Living, I didn't use a lot of Tiny Living in this pack, in this build, but if that TV swatch matched perfectly, then every other same swatch of that in Tiny Living is going to match. And I can imagine Eco Lifestyle going with this really well as well, just because Eco Lifestyle had a very similar vibe, very DIY, very IKEA. So let me know if you would like to see that limited pack build, and I definitely will do that. I have one more house planned to do with this pack, and then I'm also going to be renovating some dorms, because the furniture for this pack, I think I said this in yesterday's speed build, but the furniture in this pack give me very dorm room vibes. So I definitely want to renovate a dorm with this pack. So I'll be doing that soon. After that, I don't really know what I'm going to do, but if I do a limited pack build with Tiny Living Eco Lifestyle in this pack, then maybe I'll do a tiny home. And yeah, so if you find any tiny homes that you would want me to recreate, I don't know, tweet it at me. Links in the description, or my Twitter handles in the description. But yeah, just because I don't at like once you've seen 3 or 4 builds using the new objects in a pack, you've pretty much seen all the new objects and how they can be used. Um, you know, in my opinion. So I don't really want to play it out too much because there is other content that I want to get back to on my channel. Like I want to finish my cathedral build for Let's Build New Orleans. I still need to finish my paranormal Let's Play. I need to start the Let's Play for this pack. There's just a lot that I want to do. I have other builds that I want to make that I have, reference pictures saved. There's just other things to do. um, Funny thing about this build, it's not really funny. It really hurt my feelings. But so I did the entire exterior, and then I started on the interior. I wasn't supposed to start on the interior. This was yesterday. I wasn't supposed to start on the interior. I was supposed to just do the exterior and then get off the game. But I was feeling so inspired that I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna do the interior or start the interior as well. So I did the exterior. Ooh, excuse me, I had to burp. It wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't. I did the exterior, then I started the interior. I did the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room, and was getting ready to start adding like the little makeshift hutch that I made over here, and I was gonna start this area and the desk area, and then my game crashed. My game does this thing where it'll freeze, but if I click the screen, it kind of like gets its act together and it'll like flash for a second and then gets its act together. It'll just come back, like it'll freeze. I'll click the mouse like 1 or 2 times and then it'll like black out for a second and come right back, like literally a half a second. It'll come right back and it's all good to go. So I thought that was what was about to happen yesterday, but nope, it completely crashed. The little flash that I talked about, yeah, it flashed to my desktop home screen. Like the game completely crashed. Let me know if that happens to anyone else. Does your game randomly freeze and then you like click and it comes back? Because that's been going on for me for a while now. I don't think it's a Sims thing. It might be a my computer thing, but let me know if that happens to you. I do have a gaming computer, but technology isn't perfect. So, but my point in telling you that it crashed on me is if you download this lot, which I don't know when it's going to be on the gallery, but soon. If you download this lot, and it looks slightly different from what you're seeing in the video, that's why, because I had to go back and redo the entire exterior, and then I had to I had to redo the kitchen, the dining, and the living room. So if like the paintings aren't in the like exact same spot, or something looks off, or I didn't put the same exact landscaping down or whatever, that's why. I did have the footage though, so I didn't have to re-record. That's why the footage is the same from when I first did it. And I could refer to that footage to redo it, but once I kind of got back into it, I was like, I remember. I'll just wing it. So yeah, if anything's different, that's why. So you're probably wondering what kind of adults live in a house like this that aren't like, college students. I would say this is a pretty young couple, maybe 25, 26 range. Both graduated from college already. So I'm 26. I graduated when I was 24, 23. So yeah, they've been out of college, 3 or 4 years already. And it's a boy and a girl, and I imagine the guy is a botanist. So if you don't know what a botanist is, that's just a fancy word for a person that studies the science of plants. So in The Sims, we don't really have that. So in The Sims, he's a glorified gardener. So in their backyard, I give him his own little area. In the garage, as you saw me furnish already, in the garage I did give him a flower arranging station as well, so he could do stuff on there and then sell the flower arranging stuff. Maybe if you download this lot and you want to play that storyline out, you could build him a florist shop and actually sell his arrangements. That would be fun. Uh, but yeah, we don't actually have like botany in the game. So in this, as far as the Sims goes, he's a gardener. But and then the wife or the girlfriend or fiance or whatever they are, probably wife because they're gonna have kids. Um, she's an artist, so she kind of contributes to all of the art that's around the house, and he contributes to all the plants that are around the house. So that's why there's a lot of art. That's why there's a lot of plants. Just a mixture of both of their personalities. So that's where I got that, and it just so happened to have a boho theme. So a boho look to it. So that's what I'm calling um, this build. But that was the master bedroom that I completely just talked through. Not much going on in there. I did put a yoga mat just because there was a blank area that I didn't know what to do with. So I imagine maybe the husband is really into yoga for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe because he's always, on his feet studying something or planning something. He likes to do some yoga so he can stay limber and not get too tight in his muscles and stuff from always, being on his feet and working in the garden and stuff. And this is the first proper walk-in closet that I've made using this new pack. In yesterday's apartment renovation, I did use some of these objects, but I used them in an entryway, so obviously it wasn't this grand. Um, so I just did this, put a mirror back there, a lamp. That lamp is from Tiny Living. As you can see, those wood swatches match perfectly. And then I put the paranormal plant on underneath the lamp. So that's all I do in here. Right now I'm just cluttering up the uh, wherever there's snap points. I'm trying to put stuff just because it looked kind of empty without stuff on the top of those because they didn't go all the way up to the ceiling, which I could have made them, but I didn't. This is the master bath, so this is the ensuite to the master bedroom. This is the only bathroom you will see me furnish in this video, and this is why I don't know if or when this is going to be on the gallery, because there's two other bathrooms, one directly outside of the parents' bedroom, and then one by the desk area, which is right next to the kids' room. And I haven't furnished those yet, so I have to, I have to take the time to go back in the game, go back to this build and furnish those before I can put it on the gallery. So right now, I left this in to complain about it. For some reason, I would go to place down these bunk beds, and then I would place down one, and then when I went to place the other one of them would delete. As you can see, it's just constantly deleting itself. Like I would place one down, and then even if I wouldn't try to get another one, I would just click off of the room and it would delete. So yeah, I don't know what that glitch is. When that started happening, I even got out of game, deleted all my mods, and re-downloaded them to make sure I didn't miss an update. And no, it still did it. So that's why I ended up going with these bunk beds, because they were the only two that stayed, and I got tired of it. But if that glitch has happened to any of you, let me know how to fix it if you know how to fix it. Um, but I didn't mind these beds. Yeah, they did have a darker wood tone on them, but I really, really enjoyed the green and red swatches together. And I didn't get a Christmas vibe from it. I'm thinking about Christmas right now just because I said green and red out loud. But while I was furnishing it, I did not think about Christmas at all. Probably because they're more like pastel-ish greens and reds. But they have two sons, possibly twins. I'm gonna say they're twins just because the couple is so young. I don't think they would have, a kid that's 7 and then a kid that's 4 or 5. So maybe there's twins. You could kind of see the clutter I gave them. So the twin that sleeps in the green bed, or the bed that has the green desk under it, he is really into robots and all things robotic. So maybe he wants to do something with robotics in the future. I even put the robotics team poster from Discovery University on his wall behind his desk. So maybe he'll go to the Foxbury Institute and do that. And then the other kid who has the red desk under his bed, he wants to be like his mom. So he is really into drawing right now. He's a kid, so he's not very good, but uh, that's what he wants to do. So maybe he can go to Brightchester, because Brightchester, for like the distinguished degrees, Brightchester is where you go for like all things for the arts. So maybe he can go there. His brother will go to Foxbury. They'll be rivals. um, yeah, maybe they don't get along. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they're really sweet to each other. Maybe not. Just thinking of ways to expand the story, because I'm always thinking of storylines. This is the backyard. Give the dad these hydroponic planters that water themselves, because him being a botanist, I figured that is what he would have. Gave him some vertical planters as well. Give the mom an easel and some paint up here. I also put a grill up here, and I gave the kids the new tent from the new pack, and also a jungle gym. And the reason why I said all that 1, 2, 3 quick is because I see the screenshots are coming up. So I'm just adding like a fire alarm now, cluttering up the kitchen because that's always what I do last. And I put a thermostat, and then at the tail end, I'm going to put all the lighting outside, which only ends up being 2 little lights that I put in the grass. But other than that, guys, that's all for this build. The screenshots are about to start rolling. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll always respond to your comments. And please hit the notification bell. That way you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it. And I will see you all then. Bye, guys.